You guys are actually the first audience to see this from beginning to end with all the animation, and I'm so glad that we could do it here. Did you guys like it?
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much for allowing us that. You know, in an interview that I read, after you received your Oscar nomination for your short, Head Over Heels, you said that at that point dreamed of working on a feature film, but you weren't sure if it was in the cards, to use your words. Well, apparently it was in the cards, so how do you feel about that?
It's amazing. I mean, that was only, I finished that short 4 years ago. No, well, 5 years ago. And 5 years later, I have a movie that's 8 times as long, you know. It's amazing, and I'm so grateful. I feel very blessed to have had this opportunity.
You know, you talked about how many films today handle the theme of Christmas. And the reality is many Hollywood films, particularly in recent memory, when they do release a Christmas film, it's really more about a secular understanding of Christmas. You know, the plot usually involves a protagonist who's trying to save Christmas, and that Christmas is usually more of a commercial idea of Christmas. Were you surprised that a major studio like Sony wanted to take on a Christmas movie, you know, that really promoted the true meaning of the holiday?
It's kind of surprising, but on the other hand, you know, it's showbiz, it's a business, and I think ever since the Passion of the Christ, the studios have been very aware that there's an audience out there that's hungry for high-quality content that's with authenticity. So they're making this movie because they see that there's demand for it. Our goal, though, with this is to tell the true story of Christmas, but to also tell it in a way that doesn't feel preachy, so that we don't alienate people who are maybe more on the outskirts of what we call the faith-based audience. You know, we're hoping actually this movie will draw people in who wouldn't otherwise go think of themselves as the type of person to go see a faith-based movie. Ultimately, we're not making a faith-based movie, we're making a story and character-based movie. Yeah, it's got everything that any other animated film would have.
Last question is, do you have any advice for any aspiring animators out there?
If you want to go into animation, the best thing you could spend your time on is drawing, because everyone uses drawing, even if, like, my job does not actually require me to draw. My job requires me to communicate ideas. But the best way to communicate an idea in animation is to draw it. So no matter who you are in animation, drawing is a necessary skill, so keep drawing.
This film, if this film says anything, it says that when you use your gifts and your talents in the service of love, miraculous things can happen. Each night when I have an event here and I can't be home, I always have this little habit that I do where I tell myself quietly good night to my son Brogan, because I can't be home to tell him, but tonight's the first event that my son's here, so I just want to say good night, Brogan. And Timothy, again, thank you so much. It was a real honor and a blessing to have you, and please come back anytime. The Star in theaters November 17th. Please go out and see it and tell everyone about it.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.